Japan's car culture is famous for pushing boundaries, but hidden beneath the familiar skyline of Tokyo and the neon glow of Osaka are machines so rare, even lifelong gearheads barely know they exist. These aren't your everyday Skylines, Supras, or RX-7s. These are the ghost cars, the special edition beasts that were quietly built, sold to a handful of insiders, and then vanished into myth. Today we're diving deep into the world of 7 ultra-rare Japanese car versions that redefine what exclusive really means. Let's start with a name everyone knows, but in a form almost nobody's seen. The Nissan Skyline GT-R Nismo 400R. Born from the legendary R33 chassis, the 400R wasn't just a tuning project, it was a factory-sanctioned monster. Only 44 units ever rolled off the line. Under the hood sat the RBXGT2, a heavily re-engineered RB26DETT, pushing 400 horsepower, hence the name. Every part of the car was purpose-built. Forged pistons, larger turbos, a redesigned oiling system, and even aerodynamic tweaks sculpted in Nismo's wind tunnel. The 400R could hit 300 kilometers per hour back in the 1990s, a number that made supercar owners nervous. It wasn't meant for marketing. It was Nissan showing the world what their engineers could do when freed from corporate restraint. But the 400R's rarity wasn't just about low production. It was about timing. Released right before Japan's economic bubble collapsed, it represented the last breath of unfiltered automotive excess. Each 400R was hand-assembled at a Mori factory, and buying one required personal connections with Nissan's racing division. Even today, spotting one is like witnessing a unicorn on the highway. Owners guard them with reverence, and prices have skyrocketed into the millions. While Nissan was flexing its performance muscles, Toyota was experimenting with pure mechanical art. Enter the Toyota Supra Turbo A, a homologation special created in 1988 for Group A racing. Only 500 units were produced, each equipped with a single-turbo 3.0-litre 7M GTE engine tuned to 270 horsepower and capable of so much more. Toyota engineers squeezed every ounce of performance from it. Bigger intercooler, revised ECU, lighter body components. Even the charcoal black paint was chosen for function. It dissipated heat faster during track use. The Turbo A wasn't designed to look flashy. It was a purebred track weapon disguised as a grand tourer. It marked Toyota's transition from the era of smooth cruisers to precision instruments of speed, foreshadowing the JZA-80 Supra that would dominate the 90s. Next comes something few outside Japan have ever heard of: the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R Type A, the final and most focused evolution of Mazda's rotary masterpiece. Released in 2002 as a farewell edition, only 1,504 units were built, and just 1,044 of those were the Type A. Manual, lightweight, track-tuned perfection. Mazda stripped unnecessary weight, installed larger brakes, stiffer suspension, and RE Amamiya-inspired aero bits. The twin-turbo 13 BREW produced 280 horsepower on paper, but dyno results showed much higher figures. Spirit R wasn't just a car, it was a love letter to the rotary engine, the final symphony before emissions laws silenced its unique song. To drive one was to feel what made Mazda different, its refusal to conform to traditional engineering dogma. But rare doesn't always mean loud. Sometimes it's a stealthy genius hiding under conservative sheet metal. Take the Honda NSX-R GT, arguably the rarest Honda road car ever made. How rare? Only 5 cars were produced. Officially, they existed to homologate a body kit for Super GT racing. But in reality, they were engineering marvels disguised as paperwork exercises. Each car had a longer tail section for improved downforce, carbon fiber intake ducts, and thinner glass. Even the paint process was reworked to save grams. The NSX-R GT was lighter, sharper, and more aggressive than the already legendary NSX-R. Owners were carefully selected, and prices now exceed $1 million. It remains the perfect embodiment of Honda's obsessive pursuit of balance and purity. Let's not forget Subaru, the brand synonymous with rally thunder. But in 2001, Subaru decided to go beyond rally and build something that could stand toe-to-toe with European supercars. The result was the Subaru Impreza WRX STIS 201. Limited to 300 units, it looked like a rolling concept car with its wild aero kit and massive wing. But beneath that cartoonish exterior was a serious machine. The EJ20 engine was tuned to 300 horsepower, and each car was hand-assembled by STI technicians using bespoke forged pistons, balanced cranks, and an exhaust note that could make mountain valleys echo. It was Subaru at its most unfiltered, raw power with no corporate polish. Every panel, every stitch was crafted for drivers who valued character over comfort. Then there's Mitsubishi, yes, the brand everyone associates with EVOS and rally glory, but few remember the rare Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 Tommy Mäkinen edition. Named after the four-time World Rally Champion, this special version was built to celebrate his dominance and refined everything that made the Evo great. It featured a quick-spooling titanium turbine turbo, lowered ride height, and a red and white rally-inspired paint scheme that looked ready for a stage start. It wasn't the most powerful Evo ever built, but it was arguably the most alive. The steering, the throttle, the gearbox, all perfectly tuned for the road. To this day, the TME remains one of the most coveted Evos worldwide. And finally, a car that almost defies definition, the Toyota 2000 GT MF10C. Most people know the 2000 GT as the Bond movie car that put Japan on the supercar map in the 1960s. But few know that a handful of MF10C versions were built with air conditioning and automatic transmissions specifically for the US market. They were an odd blend of luxury and race engineering, a bridge between East and West philosophies in design. Only a tiny number exist today, and each is valued at over $1 million. The 2000 GT was Toyota's declaration that Japan could stand shoulder to shoulder with Ferrari and Porsche, and the rare MF10C proved that sophistication and speed could share the same DNA. But beyond the specs and production numbers, what makes these cars so special is what they represent. They capture the soul of Japan's golden era of automotive engineering, an age when passion overruled profit and craftsmanship was a matter of national pride. These machines weren't built to fill dealerships, they were built to push limits and inspire legends. Every curve, every bolt was meticulously designed by engineers who believed a car could be both a mechanical and emotional experience. What's even more fascinating is how these rare models influenced future generations. The lessons from the 400R's engineering went on to shape the R34 and R35 GTR. The Turbo A's racing pedigree laid the groundwork for Toyota's modern GR division. The Spirit R inspired Mazda's return to rotary development with the RX Vision concept. Even the NSXR GT's carbon innovation echoes in Honda's modern Type R philosophy. These cars were more than collectibles. They were stepping stones to a future of performance and precision. As you trace the story of these machines, you start to see a pattern. Japan's automotive industry has always thrived on innovation born from limitation. Smaller budgets, stricter regulations, tighter spaces. Yet from those constraints emerged some of the most brilliant engineering ever seen. These ultra-rare models are testament to that spirit of creative defiance. And as we look ahead to an electric future, one can't help but wonder, will we ever see cars like these again? Machines built not for mass production, but for passionate souls who live for the sound of an engine echoing off mountain walls in Hakone or Gunma. Perhaps not in the same form, but the spirit remains. The drive to build something special for those who truly understand it. Japan has long been a pioneer in the automotive world, known for creating cars that combine cutting-edge engineering with timeless design. But behind the mainstream icons like the Toyota Supra, Nissan GTR, and Mazda RX-7 lies a hidden world of ultra-rare Japanese domestic market, JDM versions. Cars so exclusive that even seasoned enthusiasts barely know they exist. These limited production variants often showcased experimental technologies, bespoke craftsmanship, and performance tuned for an elite few, making them true collector's treasures today. One of the most fascinating examples is the Nissan Skyline GTR Nismo 400R, a beast born from motorsport heritage. Built by Nismo, Nissan's in-house tuning division, the 400R was an evolution of the R33 Skyline GTR, designed to bring the raw power of the racetrack to the street. Its RBX-GT2 engine was a reinforced, race-tuned version of the iconic RB26 DETT, enlarged to 2.8 litres and producing around 400 horsepower, hence the name. Only 44 units were ever produced, each hand-assembled and equipped with lightweight carbon fiber panels, upgraded suspension, and aerodynamic enhancements inspired by Group A racing. The 400R wasn't just fast, it represented the peak of what Nissan engineering could achieve before the turn of the millennium. Today, collectors around the world pay astronomical prices for one, as it stands as a living legend of JDM performance. Equally captivating is the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R, the final and most refined version of the FD RX-7 before production ceased in 2002. By this point, Mazda had perfected the rotary engine, and the Spirit R represented everything the RX-7 stood for: lightness, balance, and precision. The Spirit R Type A, with its lightweight Recaro seats, upgraded suspension, and a 280 horsepower twin-rotor engine, remains the most sought-after model. Only 1,500 units were made, each symbolizing the end of an era for rotary-powered sports cars. Even today, the Spirit R is revered as one of the purest driver's cars ever made, a farewell gift from Mazda to enthusiasts who understood the art of rotary performance. Then there's the Honda NSX Type R NA2, a version so rare that most people outside Japan have never even seen one. While the original NSX was already a masterpiece of balance and precision, Honda's engineers decided to push the limits further by stripping out everything non-essential. The Type R version weighed nearly 100 kilograms less than the standard model, thanks to the removal of sound insulation, stereo, and even power steering. What remained was pure driver connection, a car designed for those who value feedback over comfort. The mid-mounted 3.2-litre V6 screamed to high RPMs, and with a chassis honed on Japan's Suzuka circuit, the NSX Type R became a legend in motorsport engineering. It wasn't just a car, it was a philosophy of purity that inspired the next generation of performance vehicles. Lexus also entered the ultra-rare category with the LFA Nürburgring package, a special version of its already legendary V10 supercar. Built as a tribute to Lexus's endurance racing efforts, the Nürburgring package added aerodynamic refinements, stiffer suspension, and an additional 10 horsepower, bringing the total to 562. With only 50 examples ever made, each took over a year to build due to the complex carbon fiber construction. The LFA's 4.8-litre V10, co-developed with Yamaha, was so precisely engineered that it could rev from idle to redline in just 0.6 seconds. Too fast for an analog tachometer to keep up. Many regard it as one of the most sonically beautiful engines ever created, a symphony of precision and passion that defined Lexus's pursuit of perfection. The Toyota Supra SZR JZA80 is another secret gem in the JDM world. While most enthusiasts recognize the twin-turbo Supra as the hero of the 90s, few know that Toyota created a naturally aspirated lightweight version that focused on balance rather than brute power. The SZR came with a 6-speed Getrag manual transmission, the same used in the turbo variant, and a tuned chassis for agile handling. It was popular among track enthusiasts who valued predictability and control over raw acceleration. In Japan's mountain passes and autocross circuits, the SZR earned quiet respect for its poise and reliability, offering a different kind of thrill that few outside Japan ever experienced. Another standout is the Subaru Impreza WRX STIS 204, produced in 2005 as a limited run of just 600 units. Subaru's STI division engineered this car to be sharper, faster, and more responsive than any previous Impreza. It featured a hand-assembled EJ20 engine pushing 320 horsepower, a carbon fiber front lip, and Recaro bucket seats that hugged the driver during high-speed cornering. The S204 embodied the spirit of rally heritage combined with Japanese precision, a road-legal rally car that delivered thrills on every drive. Even Mitsubishi, known for its rally dominance, had its hidden masterpiece, the Lancer Evolution 6 Tommy Mäkinen edition. Built to celebrate the Finnish driver's 4 consecutive WRC titles, this edition featured upgraded suspension, improved turbo response, and a distinctive exterior with red paint and racing decals. The handling was razor-sharp, and the car became a legend among rally fans. For many, this edition marked the peak of the Evo lineup, a car that perfectly blended performance and personality. Lastly, the Nissan Silvia Varietta deserves a mention. Not because it was a track monster, but because it was a curiosity of Japanese innovation. A convertible version of the S15 Silvia, the Varietta featured a retractable hardtop, an extremely rare feature in compact sports cars at the time. While not the most powerful, it represented a bold experiment in design, showing that Japan's car makers weren't afraid to mix performance with comfort and flair. So the next time you see a Skyline idling at a stoplight or a Supra gliding past, remember that behind Japan's most famous nameplates lie stories of machines so rare that most people will never see one in their lifetime. They exist as rolling monuments to a time when car manufacturers built dreams first and profits second. And that is what makes them truly legendary.